departed. The saddest deaths in anime.
It feels nice.
That's good.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most heart-wrenching death scenes across the whole medium, with each departure creating a new void within our Shriley, Code Geass. With the Britannian Empire on one side and Zero's rebellion on the other, it's easy to forget just how many innocents were caught in the middle of the conflict, including the woman who could arguably be called Lelouch's first true love.
It's no secret that you've always had a big crush on Lelouch.
Oh, not you too, Coach Fenette.
Naive yet charming, Shirley was infatuated with her enigmatic prince from day one, only for the ongoing war to rob her of everything, including her father and eventually her own life.
I want to bring all the happiness back into Lulu's life! Then maybe he can be together with his sister Nana!
Watching Lelouch hopelessly use the Geass to try and resurrect her is quite possibly his lowest point, and all of it was made possible by that shitlord Rolo.
Falling in love with...
Kaori, Your Lie in April. Because why just have a beautiful happily ever after romance laced together by the joy of music when you could have a tragedy that not only destroys both the main character and the audience, but also paves the way to an ending sequence that's utterly breathtaking.
Like hell would I ever leave you alone. Reach her. Reach her. I'm putting my soul into this.
As Kosei puts on the performance of his life, he witnesses what appears to be a specter of Kaori playing alongside him, which means that the worst has happened. She's died during her operation, and the girl he loved is now lost forever, with only the memory of her music and the lie she told in April to remember her by. Ushio Okazaki, Clannad Afterstory. Portraying the death of a child is never pleasant, though this sequel series decided to take it to the next level when it decided that it was time for this adorable bundle of innocence and joy to follow in the footsteps of her mother and jump off the mortal coil.
Nagisa!
Just as father and daughter were finally starting to bond in the wake of Nagisa's death, the youngling soon succumbed to the same disease, passing away in the snow, while all her father can do is cradle her and fall into a fresh pit of despair.
Are we on the train yet?
Yeah, we made it on the train.
Come on, you were supposed to be a high school rom-com anime!
Ushio!
Neji Hyuga, Naruto Shippuden. Going from prideful prodigy to capable comrade, Neji had certainly come far since the days of beating the crap out of his cousin during the Chunin exams.
作戦にはなると、お前の力が必要になってくる。作戦遂行まで何としても。
ナルト君を守り抜く。
With the war against Madara continuing to escalate, countless shinobi lost their lives due to the Uchiha's top-tier jutsu, which happened to include a slew of giant splinters, some of which were aimed at Naruto and Hinata. In the ultimate display of devotion to his family, Neji chose to take the hit, losing his life soon after, but ensuring that the will of fire lived on. Sword Art Online 2. Who would have guessed that as soon as OP Lord Kirito left the building and let Asuna take the reins, it would give way to a truly bittersweet conclusion involving the death of her new bestie. While she was a bit of a beast in the virtual gaming sphere, back in the real world, Yuki was far from okay, not having much time left due to an incurable medical condition.
For these last 3 months, we've all been stunned by how Yuki's managed to hang in there.
However, instead of passing away in her clinical prison, Asuna and the rest of the players jacked her back into the game one last time so that they could all say goodbye together, along with one hell of a view.
I gave this life everything I had. I was alive.
Chiaki, Danganronpa 3, The End of Hope's Peak High School. For all you gaming purists out there, Just do yourself a favor, curl up into a ball, and pretend that what happened to best girl in this anime is non-canon. For the rest of you, you might as well do the same. Anything to prevent the imminent despair of knowing that despite her conviction and confidence in her friends, Chiaki was still brutally killed at the murderous hands of Junko, who saw fit to throw her into a gauntlet of death, concluding with her getting impaled every which way. We need a new game plus stat.
We had so much fun.
Sir Night Eye, My Hero Academia. The mission to save Eri and defeat Overhaul may have ended in success, but there were still monumental casualties on the hero's side. Namely, All Might's former sidekick, whose wounds proved so grievous, not even he could escape his doomed future.
Senpai, ダメだ。生きてください。死ぬなんてダメだ。
What makes his passing all the more of a tearjerker is his final words to Mirio, using his quirk one last time to see into yet another future, content with the knowledge his protege would go on to become a shining hero despite losing his powers, just as long as he keeps on smiling. Kamina, Gurren Lagann.
I'll repay that. I'll repay that 10 times over. Mark my words.
With his hatred for shirts, phenomenal speeches, and manliness that surpasses the heavens, Kamina made one of the strongest introductions in all of modern anime, which is why his sudden death so early on in the series came as such a shock.
Later, buddy.
Huh? What was that, bro?
Sure, this would give way for Simon to rise up as the true protagonist, but having to say goodbye to such a mad lad moments after he had declared his love for Yoko and was set to lead humanity into a new age of rebellion, yeah, we're still not over it.
That day, we lost something. It could never be
One Piece. This series has so many death scenes potent enough to break your heart in half that choosing one would normally be impossible. And yet, even compared to the likes of Mary, Whitebeard, and Corazon, the end of Ace still stands tall as the most tragic moment in this shonen juggernaut's history. After coming so far, overcoming so many enemies, and even achieving the impossible of rescuing his big brother from his scheduled execution, Luffy can only watch in horror as Ace stands in the way of an attack meant for him, giving his life so that his Straw Hat sibling can escape. And we're still not over it. Death Note. We all know the crux of what made this occult detective thriller such a gem was the battle of wits between the god of the New World and his ingenious oddball nemesis, with every move bringing them closer to either exposure or death.
Come on, let's go, Light. It seems like it's all worked out.
Despite coming within an inch of revealing Light's secrets and winning their little game, L tragically didn't live to see the fruits of his labors come to pass, all thanks to a rather insidious move by Kira when he used Rem's protective nature for Misa to his advantage, having her kill the detective in a move that almost put the mass murderer at checkmate.
Everyone, the Shinigami...
He may have reveled in the demise of his rival, but we sure didn't.
What's going on?
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe our channel and support us. Please like, share and comment and click the notification bell for future update and check out our other videos.